Hey guys, what's up? This is Jay Coleman, aka they call me Rabbit, the founder and owner of ZephixCustomz TV. And hopefully you guys, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to upload this. The first video, part 1, was 18 minutes. The second half is probably going to be close to the same. I'm going to try to keep it short for you. If I upload this separately, I will leave an annotation. Click on that, bounce around from part 1 to part 2. If you didn't know, or if you didn't see part 1, basically we're talking about one of my hobbies. One of my favorite things to do when I have free time is go bowling, and it's a good sport, and it's real fun when you're able to get some high scores and you're on your way to doing something pretty decent. To become a professional bowler and actually get paid for it. Now right now I'm in a league. I can actually win $600,000 if my team wins. It's not real hard to do. To be honest, it just depends on who you're with and how things go. I've seen many people walk out from a league, from a tournament or whatever, a couple $1,000 600, 500. It's kind of funny. Whatever hobby I start, somehow I always find a way to profit from it. One hobby was YouTube, actually, and now we can partner channels. Everybody knows what happens when you partner. Obviously you make a couple dollars. I got into bowling shortly after, and it just seems like I find a way to make a couple bucks. But to become a pro at this, all you have to do is bowl an average of 200 over, and for about 36 games or so, and you can actually turn an application into the professional PBA or whatever. There's a few different levels and stuff to step up on, but it can be done, and I've seen people do it. I've seen people do it a lot, and they don't even know it's. I've seen people out there bowling games of 200, they have their own ball, and they don't realize how close they are and how easy it would be for them to step up into the professional level. But anyways, guys, I showed you my little toolkit. I'm gonna run back through it in case you didn't see part 1. Basically, what we're gonna talk about is taking a ball that you might only spend $100 for, and maybe getting it to perform like a $200 ball. The one that I got, actually, the hook. We're talking about hooking the ball. I'll run through this real quick. Let's say you want to throw a hook, hand down flat. You're only going to put your fingers in the grips. We're talking about the ones, your own ball with the grips in it. You're only going to put it up to about the first knuckle. Okay. Put your thumb all the way in the ball, and you're holding it up like this. You're going to let gravity and the weight of the ball be your motion. Okay. Kind of free, like a pendulum. Okay. Call it Pendulum Swing. At the very end, let me say this real fast. It helps you be a little bit more accurate by kind of letting it drop through. But at the very end, as your thumb comes out, your thumb should come out first. And just before your fingers come out, up 2 inches. That's all you got to do. And that's going to put a hook on it. The other way to do it with the fingertip is hold your thumb straight up. Say that's 12 o'clock. Picture 12 at the top of the clock. Turn it to 10 o'clock and hold that all the way through. And if you just bowl it normal and keep it at 10 o'clock and let go, release, that's going to put a slight hook on it at the end. Okay? Basically, if you get one of these $200 balls that most of them look kind of dull that I've seen. You can get a little bit of finish one, but most of the time they're dull. And the reason for that is because it's got a finish on it that's allowing it to grab traction in heavier oil. Okay? These things, keep in mind, the ones you buy, most of them have a reactive center, which means the core is not perfectly round. One thing I didn't mention in part 1, I carry 2 balls, or I have 2 of them in my bag here. You have your strike ball. You're going to get up there, you're going to throw your hook, try to hit the pocket on the pins and get that thing to strike. If you don't, you leave a few pins standing, you're going to use your spare ball, your backup ball. It should be a ball that either has a very slight hook, or it's maybe round in the center, maybe a plastic ball, T-zone, target zone, Columbia, white dot, or whatever. you want something that's round on the inside, normally, something that you can throw straight. A good saying is straighter is greater. I hear that a lot from the professionals. First ball is your hook one, that's going to be your money shot. Try to get that strike. If you can't get that strike, key to big scores and winning is to be able to pick up that spare. Okay? To pick up that spare, it's better to throw straight. Get you a ball that's easy for you to throw straight and a ball that's going to roll straight. Okay? That's what I basically got set up here. Now, the ball that I have in this bag right now is a $100 ball. I was able to get it for around 77. It's in the intermediate level, and basically it's more for medium or light oil. Okay, but if I get to league night and my ball set up for light oil or medium oil, and I realize I'm bowling in heavy and I can't get that thing to hook, I'm gonna pull out my sandpaper or Scotch pad. Usually I'll just bring my Power Gel Scuff. That allows you to put a little bit of a finish on a rough finish. That way, towards the end, towards the back end, you're going to get that thing to grip, and it's going to hook for you. Once you put that finish on it, it's going to hook just like a tire on a car is going to grip the ground. Okay, so let's get to it. If you didn't see before, 18-volt drill. I got the Velcro thing. This came from a headlight restoration kit from Advanced Auto, which also came with one of these compound pads. Okay, foam pad, and that allows you to polish it. You can put some compound on it. I got a little softer on my teeth for my polishing. This for my compound. Now, I'll show you what I got in the bag. Basically, this is a Brunswick bowling bag. Got the wheels on it. Kind of looks like a luggage case. You want to make sure you have a pocket in front. Okay, I got my powder in here to help thumb slide. My little resin bag helps keep my hands dry. Excuse me, drop something. Tape. This bowler's tape goes in a thumb hole. If your thumb's getting stuck, helps it slide. Keep you a nice towel, keep it dry. This one right here, use this back side here to keep the oil off of it. These are like little rubber. This is a microfiber towel with little rubber dots made by Brunswick. This also helps you get, you know, a little bit of a rougher finish on it. Not too much, just a little bit. That helps you get a little bit of a hook. There's also some tools and things you can wear. You might see people wear those wrist things to keep their wrist straight. I don't use that. I don't like them. If I use anything, it's going to be my glove. And basically what this is, if you ever seen a football player, they wear those gloves. It's got that sort of sticky, tacky finish. That's what this does. It helps you get a nice grip on it. And that's all I want. I just want a nice grip. Okay, and that's going to help me grip the ball so I can get that little spin on it as I go ahead and take my fingers up 2 inches to get my hook. Okay, it's one thing you can use. This thing, I really like these. About 20 bucks. Now another way to save you a couple bucks when you go bowling, have your own shoes. These things are $3 every time you go down a bowl. Basically, you want to be able to slide. Make sure you can slide. Keep your little brush with you in the back so you can scuff these up. If you want to put a little powder on your sliding foot, you can do that as well. And it doesn't hurt you to have a bit of a game plan. You know, stay focused. Have yourself a little routine that you do, and stay consistent with it. If you can do that, normally what I do is I'll stare at the lane, see where I want my ball to go. I'll get up when it's my turn. After I've done visualize what I want to do, I wipe the ball off. I grab my little pack, make sure my hand's dry, hit the fan once or twice, and then I'll stand there ready to make my shot. Now I'll do that every time in order to get that consistency, or get my body and my get myself ready for that same shot, that same money shot. You know what I mean? It's kind of a mental game as well. Now, this bag is made to hold 2 bowling balls. Okay. This one here, this little sack that it's in, you don't have to have these, but I like them. One, you can polish it by going like this, which looks funny. My girl asks me every time she sees me do that. Now this is what we call Brunswick Karma. After you see me roll this, if you don't believe in karma, you will. I'm joking. No, but seriously, this is a nice ball. About $100, and most of the time when you're going down to the pro shops and stuff nowadays, they don't want to give you the colored grips. They want to give you black, clear, or something, so that way you don't have to bother them about mixing and matching. There's so much to know. I could go on for hours. When you get your own ball, you get it drilled. If you notice, one thing that I didn't know when I first started, you see this little dot here. If you want your ball to hook a little bit sooner, you're going to want to go ahead and take this dot and have your finger holes drilled above it. Okay? This dot lets them know where that core is. And the guy that drills the ball, he knows what he's doing. They never said a word to me about it. But this dot here, if you have that finger holes drilled above it, you're going to get this thing to hook a lot better for you. I shouldn't say better. Sooner. Okay? It's going to hook sooner. If the dot's above the holes, it's going to hook a little later. Okay? I tend to like it like this. Okay? Again, fingers in, this up to the first line. Thumb all the way in. Okay? Something like this. Like that. Okay? Hold it up on its side. See that? Now, my thumb at 12 o'clock is like this. 10 o'clock it's like this. That's one way you can do it. And as you bring it back, hold it that way the whole time. If you let go, that's going to put a small hook. But again, 2 inches with your fingers up at the end, that's going to give you a bigger hook. Now, you see the shine that's on this ball. Okay? See yourself in it. 5 hours ago, this thing was completely dull. You couldn't even see. Could not see a reflection in it. The reason for that is because the other day when I was bowling for my league, I was bowling on heavy oil. I could not get this thing to hook to save my life. Okay? So I broke out my sandpaper. I don't like to scuff mine up too bad, so what I normally do, I'll take the 1500 grit paper. Okay? I'll take my drill, my pad, and I'll lay that down on the paper and put an outline, and then cut a little strip, or a little circle. Okay, like this. Now this is wet sandpaper, so I recommend you get a wet, or take your towel, have you a little bowl of water or something there, dab your ball with it. Okay, and then you go to town. Make sure you get a nice even sand on it, okay? It's got to be nice and even. Once you get done with the 1500, now you can start as low as 180 and work yourself all the way up, depending on what you want. I only like 1500. I think it's fine. Plus, I don't like to go 180 because you're going to spend a lot of time trying to polish the marks out. Come behind it with a 2000, and you can go all the way up to 4000. I come behind mine with a 2000. Okay, and that's going to give me a nice hook at the end. Like I said earlier, I don't like mine to hook too extreme, but if I did, I would grab me some 180 grit sandpaper or even a Scotch-Brite pad. Okay, now let's say you're working with dry lane, then you don't want that finish. You don't want that. Take you some polish. This is by Storm, extra shine. You put that, usually I'll get this a little damp. I'll put that on there like this. Okay. Like that. Get it to come out. Okay. Grab you a microfiber towel. Come behind with it. polish it off. Okay. Now, you know, most people, when they refinish a ball, they do it about once a year. And you got pros out there that don't even know about this, so you got a leg up on them. You want to refinish your ball, or make this thing look like it came out of the box, get you whatever grit paper. Usually you're going to have to start at 180 and work your way up, because you're going to have nicks and scratches and stuff. Also, keep in mind, this thing was covered with scratches, okay, from just bowling it. By taking the sandpaper around it and making sure you get all those out, it just takes a layer off the ball, takes them scratches down, okay. Once you do that, if you want it to look like it came out of the box, sand it down like I just explained, come behind with a nice polish, and just polish away after you've sanded it down. That's going to give it the finish that I have now. And that's going to work best for a dry lane or a light oil, okay. That's what they call a Karma. Give you a look at my backup ball, my spare ball, called a Slingshot, also by Brunswick. Now, I didn't get a real heavy backup ball, about 12 pounds, okay. The reason for this is because I want accuracy, and I want to be able to put this ball where I want it, okay. Let me see if I can get you a shot of what it says on it. Here it is. Slingshot. Okay. This is basically comes high gloss. This is a entry level performance is what they call this one. Okay. Now what I did with this is you can get a core on the center of this that is reactive, but this is not. This is just a generic core. It's round on the inside, and it's because I went down to 12 pound. In order to get a Slingshot with reactive, you're going to have to go up to 13 pound. Now keep that in mind when you buy your first ball and you want that thing to hook. You go to eBay or something, they won't tell you this. Find out. Go to the company that makes the ball that you want. Okay. Most of the time they're only going to make it reactive with that special core, 12 pounds up to 15 or 16. Okay. Below that's going to be a generic core. So keep that in mind. Do some research. Don't just jump into buying one if you're really into this. Okay. I got burned because, to be honest with you, this ball here I bought because I thought it was reactive, and it wasn't. Okay. Once I realized, I said, well, once I found out what it did and what it had on the inside, it was just round. I said, well, okay, well then this would be a perfect spare ball, something that I can keep straight and use to pick up my spares. And this here is reactive, 14 pounds. Okay, and that's going to be my opening shot. I can get this ball to perform on any type of oil, knowing what I've done told you today about the sanding, about the getting it rough, scuffing it up. Anyways, guys, there's a whole lot more I can tell you about this stuff, but keep in mind, we'd be here for 3 days. Part 1 and Part 2, guys, make sure you check them out. If you have any questions, any comments, if you like this video, let me know if you want to see more. This is going to be on Zephix Education and maybe my own personal channel. Hopefully you enjoyed it, guys. And this is Jay Coleman, aka They Call Me Rabbit. I'm the owner and founder of Zephix TV. Peace.